We have a verdict in the case of pregnant military spouse Meghan Santiago. Fort Campbell friends, where you at? This week, at his court-martial, Sergeant First Class Joseph Santiago was convicted of murdering his wife and injuring their unborn child. The sentencing hearing took place or is taking place today, but I haven't heard what the sentence is, but I will let you know as soon as I hear. And just so you know, Joseph chose a court-martial by jury, but he chose sentencing by judge alone. For those of you who don't know anything about Meghan's story, stick around and I'll give you a recap. In late September 2021, Meghan Santiago was taken to the emergency room with blunt force trauma to the head. After it was determined that Meghan could not survive her injuries, doctors performed an emergency C-section. And the baby miraculously survived, but Meghan passed away. Joseph was quickly taken into custody and charged with Meghan's murder. Soon after her death, a Facebook advocacy group was created for Meghan to raise awareness about the domestic violence hell that she lived in while married to her soldier. It should be noted that Meghan had 3 children with Joseph. The court-martial was to take place earlier this year, but was delayed and just began in late July. And it's during the court-martial that we hear an interesting version of events that we hadn't heard before. As reported by Clarksville Now, the defense at the court-martial argued that Meghan Santiago received blunt force trauma to the head when she fell during a drunk stupor. Yep, the defense argued that Meghan was an alcoholic who hid her pregnancy from her husband so that she can continue to drink. Prosecution told the jury, have common sense. They acknowledged that Meghan Santiago was not perfect, but they reminded the jury there had been 8 incidents of violence at the Santiago home before her death. And 2 weeks before she died, Meghan began to make a plan to leave the house with her children. She also sent a friend a Facebook message that read, "I'm really lost. I think he's going to kill me one of these days." That same friend offered to come get her, and the plan was to come get Meghan and the kids after Joseph left sometime in early October. Sadly, that day never came. There hasn't been a ton of reporting on this case since the court-martial took place, but if I hear anything more about the court-martial or about what's going on or what happened, I will make an updated post. If you or anyone you know is experiencing domestic violence, please reach out to someone and make a plan. But please try not to push it out too long because you could fall victim, just like Meghan. Remember, she also had a plan.